I've lived in the quiet suburb of Maple Grove for 15 years, a place where oak-lined streets and neat lawns promise the American dream. As a senior network engineer for a tech firm, I'm meticulous about my home's security, both physical and digital. My modest brick house on Cedar Lane is where I've raised my 12-year-old son, Ethan, alone since his mother passed 3 years ago. What I'm about to share is the wildest ordeal I've ever faced, all sparked by a teenager's demand for my Wi-Fi password. It's a story of entitlement, racism, and justice that unraveled a hidden conspiracy in our idyllic neighborhood. It began on a sticky July afternoon. I was troubleshooting a server issue from my home office when the doorbell rang like an air raid siren. My security camera showed a blonde teen in a preppy outfit, clutching her phone like a lifeline and tapping her foot. I didn't know her, but her entitled aura was unmistakable. Opening the door, I met Ashley Thompson, who announced herself as a member of the Maple Grove HOA Youth Committee, as if that carried weight. Without a greeting, she demanded my Wi-Fi password for her TikTok videos, claiming it was for community engagement. Her family's internet was down, and she'd scanned my network, Wilson Secure, as the strongest signal. Stunned, I refused. I don't share my password with strangers. That's basic security. Her face twisted. Do you know who my father is? James Thompson, HOA president and county commissioner. He can make your life hell. She stepped closer, her perfume cloying. What could you possibly need all that bandwidth for? The audacity floored me. I held firm, suggesting she ask neighbors politely. Her eyes narrowed, and she spat. You're making a mistake, Wilson. This neighborhood has standards, and people like you don't belong. The racist undertone was clear-eyed, felt it before in subtle HOA complaints about Ethan's basketball hoop or my backyard barbecues. I shut the door as she recorded me, likely spinning a victim narrative for her followers. That evening, while helping Ethan with math, I got a text from an unknown number. Last chance. Wi-Fi password or consequences. Ethan paled, recognizing Ashley as a high school bully who terrorized younger kids, leveraging her father's influence. I bolstered our network security and added cameras, sensing trouble. 3 days later, I returned home to find my front door ajar, my router gone, and my security system disabled. Scratches on the lock suggested a skilled break-in. My cloud backup footage revealed Ashley, gloved and wielding lockpicks, smashing my $400 router with a hammer while recording herself saying, "This is what happens to people who disrespect the Thompsons." Worse, Ethan had come home early, sick, and caught her. She shoved him, hurling racial slurs and threatening school trouble if he spoke. I called the police, and Officer Emily Harris arrived. The footage was damning. Ashley's crimes included burglary, vandalism, assault, and hate speech. She was arrested within hours. I expected her parents to lawyer up, but James Thompson arrived at the station with a briefcase of cash, offering $5,000 to drop the charges. When I refused, he threatened HOA violations over trivialities like my shed's placement. Officer Harris called it witness intimidation, advising me to stay vigilant. Ashley, released on bail, escalated her vendetta. Ethan faced daily accidents. At school, his backpack soaked, homework stolen, friends shunning him. He broke down, revealing Ashley's campaign to label us criminals, using a list of neighbors' jobs and mortgages to intimidate others. I contacted the principal, but he cited a vague community standards policy, hinting Ethan could face discipline if I pursued charges. Furious, I dug deeper. My tech skills uncovered an HOA database with illegal data, financials, medical records, even private email trace to a PI firm owned by James's brother-in-law, Michael Reed. Hacking Ashley's social media, a legal gray area, but I was protecting my son. I found a harassment network targeting undesirable families, non-whites, single parents, anyone defying HOA norms. Her messages bragged about forcing families out, with plans to bankrupt us via HOA fines. I handed everything to Officer Harris, who escalated it to the FBI. Agent Laura Kim revealed a neighborhood cleansing operation, with Maple Grove as one of many targets. Ashley's digital trail messages, videos, a 47-page manifesto exposed her as the mastermind of violent tactics. The climax came at an HOA meeting. As neighbors discussed rising break-ins, Ashley stormed in, drunk, and live-streamed a racist tirade on TikTok. She targeted families like the Garcias and Lees, calling them illegals and property value ruiners, and me a drug dealer. She confessed to her harassment campaign, oblivious to federal agents in the room. Assistant U.S. Attorney Susan Park, a neighbor, calmly confirmed Ashley's admissions were admissible. As agents cuffed her, Ashley screamed about reverse racism, her video going viral with millions of views. The FBI's investigation exploded. Tips flooded in, revealing a Thompson-led network spanning 5 counties, with 47 families targeted over 8 years. Raids on their home uncovered a surveillance hub and Ashley's hate shrine, photos of victims, slurs, and violent plans. Her manifesto outlined a national patriot movement, recruiting teens via TikTok to replicate her tactics. The trial was a media circus. I testified about Ashley's crimes, supported by her own recordings and Derek's plea bargain testimony. Ashley's defense claimed she was a misguided teen, but her unrepentant testimony doubling down on her right to protect white neighborhoods sealed her fate. The jury convicted her in hours. At sentencing, Judge Margaret Evans condemned Ashley's lack of remorse. Ashley's final speech was a defiant call to her followers, vowing, "White America will rise." Judge Evans sentenced her to 85 years in a maximum security prison, isolated without internet. James got 35 years, Michael 22, and 73 others were convicted across 15 states. Victims received $50 million in settlements, and new laws strengthened penalties for such crimes. Maple Grove transformed. The HOA, now led by victims, embraced diversity. Ethan, now 15, became an anti-bullying advocate. I consulted with the FBI on cybersecurity, and our home remained ours. The Thompsons' house sold to a biracial couple, a poetic rebuke to Ashley's hate. She writes from prison, claiming martyrdom, but her influence is gone. Every morning, I log into Wilson Secure, a reminder that justice prevailed. What do you think about this story? Have you faced injustice or violence in your community? Share your thoughts in the comments, take a stand, and let's discuss how we can fight hate together. Your voice matters.